Krause from Long Shot Golf. This is another Tuesday Tidbit brought to you by Regroup Advisors. Today's topic is you think you have the next big thing, or in other words, your big idea is ready to go to market, or so you think. So let's go through the idea of what you need to do to make sure that you're on the right track. Step number one is refine the idea. Make sure that your product or service is in its most viable form. Look at it from every angle. Have other people look at it from other angles. And don't rely too much on personal interactions with other people. So many times I'll have people say, well, I talked to 30 friends and they'd all buy it. That's mainly a function of the fact that you have enough time to explain it. Early on in our cycle, we ran into a retailer that we had to distribute to, and he explained to me for retail settings, he said he had a 30-second rule. If you couldn't look at the product sitting on the shelf and within 30 seconds figure out clearly what it did and what it might do for you and its function, then you couldn't sell it. You don't have the time like you have with a personal interaction. Another point is to be sure that you're not trying to solve an issue that doesn't really exist or a problem that doesn't exist. This too often happens when people say they come up with an idea and that idea works with really something that nobody really considers a big deal to begin with. And research all the possible alternatives. You can go on the market now and you can see, who makes what or who might make what that is very similar to what you're doing. You can't be rigid in this thing. Always consider that something could be simpler, less expensive, or easier to use. If you decide you have to manufacture outside the country to be competitive, research all of those problems because you run into shipping and cost and delivery times. Names can be very subjective and misconstrued in other cultures, other languages. So make sure you think long and hard about a name for the product and really research that well. At that point, you may have a time to talk about non-disclosures. And if you talk to people about your idea, kind of curb your enthusiasm and don't give too much information. Whenever you have stakeholders involved, financiers, partners, etc., make sure you're always on the same page. Never assume anything. And if all that pans out, that may be the time when you consider a provisional patent or some other protection. This has been another Tuesday Tidbit from Regroup Advisors. Hope to see you again soon.
If you've enjoyed this episode of Business Plain and Simple Tuesday Tidbits by Regroup Advisors and don't want to miss future topics, well, like and follow us wherever you get your podcast. Interested in learning how Regroup Advisors can help your company? Contact us at info@regroupadvisors.com or online at regroupadvisors.com.